Okay, this video is how to reassemble a bolt-on neck guitar. So to get started, one of the first things you might want to do, since you already have the guitar apart, is just to get your tools out, your wrenches and screwdrivers, and just make sure that everything is tightened up. This is the back side where these screws will go to connect the neck. Then you want to grab the neck. Same thing, you might want to tighten up any of the parts since you already have it apart and the strings off of it. And here is the back side of the neck where you're going to line that up with the guitar. So I recommend using a workbench to do this with some padding to keep the guitar from getting scratched while you work on it. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to do it standing it up like so. So you want to put the neck into the body very carefully. Some necks fit very tight, but don't force them. Don't try to shove it in there. It'll go in. Some necks require some shims, either on the sides and or the bottom of the neck there, to raise or lower it, or just to tighten it up. This neck does not require that, but some necks do. So once you get the neck on, you just want to line it up, make sure that it's in the right position. The screws in the body and the neck are lined up. Then what you would do is anytime working on a guitar, I recommend using hand tools as opposed to power tools, because everything that you tighten up on the guitar, whether it be the neck or the knobs or the pickups, you don't want to over tighten it. You can break plastic pieces like in the pickups and those sort of things. You just want to tighten it so it's snug and not over tighten it. So I recommend hand tools over power tools. First thing you do is get the neck plate, line the neck plate up. Then a lot of necks have the same size screws. Some have different sizes, and this is one that has different sizes. The shorter screws will therefore go on the top when you have that, and the longer screws will go on the bottom. That's very important because the longer screws, if you tighten them, would actually go too far into the neck. So you want to make sure you have those correctly. The short screws on the top and the long screws on the bottom. Then you would tighten them. I'm just going to finger tighten for the demonstration. While tightening it, you want to make sure you're holding the neck snug, keeping it from slipping, making sure that the screws are going in straight and smooth and not being forced. See, I'm just very lightly putting them in. No force involved. Really easy. So here we go. So as you can see, the neck is now on. You would want to tighten it a little bit more than I did, but like I said, don't over tighten it. Just make sure that it's snug. Once the neck is on the guitar, then you'll want to put the bridge on. If it comes off, some bridges fasten to the guitars. You don't have to do that. There's different types of bridges. This is a wraparound bridge. The strings go in through the bottom, the front of the bridge, and then wrap up around the back and hook to the guitar that way. There are different types of bridges on guitars. The type that connect to the top of the body, like on, say, like a Les Paul. Then there's string through, which would be like a Telecaster. And then there are ones that have tail pieces, which are on, like, say, a lot of hollow body guitars. And they would hook to those in different ways, but basically, once you get your bridge on your guitar, you want to then put your strings on. This one just slides in right there. The way that the strings go is the thicker strings go on the top and the thinner to the bottom. So basically, they would gradually get thinner as they went down. That's how you would know which strings were for which section of the neck there. So the fattest string at the top, I recommend putting the top string on first. Put that one on first, then put the first string on second, and then put the rest of the strings on. Just tighten them up enough that they're not flopping around, but don't tighten them to pitch just yet. These are strings that have been on the guitar before, so you don't have to snip them like you do on new strings. What you want to do is just put them in the key here for tuning, and just have them stick out, I'd say no more than a quarter of an inch. And then when you tighten it, you want to tighten them slowly and make sure that they don't overlap, that basically they curl around the string in a way that they're not overlapping on each other, so that they just sort of like go down like a coil. And if they overlap, where the string winding around and then winds over itself again, that will cause the string to break, so you want to be careful not to do that. Once you have the strings on but not tightened up to concert pitch, that would be a good time to adjust the pickup height if you want to, adjust the bridge height to lower it or raise it to how you like it, the action of the guitar, and you could even do the intonation on the bridge as well if you wanted to. Then once you got that pretty much to where you like it, then you would want to start tightening it up to concert pitch, the A440, and then do any other minor adjustments on the bridge, the action to get rid of any buzzing, and just get the guitar sounding right and getting it adjusted to where you like it. Some people like the action higher, some people like it really low to where the strings are pretty much just about buzzing around the neck. So once you get it adjusted, tune it up, and that's it. You're ready to go. That's how you put a bolt-on neck back on a guitar.